Alright, guys, let's have some real talk. If your mornings aren't what they used to be, and I think we both know what I'm talking about, then you need to hear this. For a lot of men, waking up just doesn't have that same vitality it once did. It's a frustrating feeling, and it's easy to just write it off as a normal part of getting older. But what if the key to turning that around wasn't in the medicine cabinet, but right there in your kitchen, waiting in your coffee pot? You're already drinking coffee every day. It's a habit. It gets you going. But today, I'm going to show you how to upgrade that simple morning ritual into a powerful tool that supports your energy, your circulation, and your performance all day long. This is about making a small change that can lead to some very big results. Look, coffee is great. It gets your blood pumping, it wakes you up, and it gives you that much-needed mental edge to start the day. But let's be honest about what's really happening. That first cup gives you a jolt, a temporary spike in energy. Your heart might even race for a bit. But what happens next? By 10 a.m., you're reaching for cup number 2, chasing that initial feeling because the crash has already started. While that caffeine hit temporarily boosts circulation, it's not doing anything for the deeper, underlying issues that really start to matter for men over 50. As we age, our testosterone levels begin a slow, steady decline. At the same time, our blood vessels start to lose their youthful flexibility, making it harder for blood to flow freely to every part of our body. So that plain cup of coffee? It's basically just a band-aid on a broken pipe. It masks the problem for an hour or two, but it doesn't do a single thing to fix the plumbing itself. What we need to do is turn that coffee into something that addresses those core issues head-on, supporting our body from the inside out. So, how do we do that? We're going to transform your morning brew into what I call performance coffee. Think of it this way. You wouldn't put regular, low-octane gas into a Ferrari, would you? Of course not. You'd use premium fuel to get premium performance. Well, after 50, your body is that high-performance engine, and it needs the right kind of fuel to run at its best. And before you think this is some alternative, hippy-dippy trend, know that everything I'm sharing today is backed by actual, peer-reviewed scientific research. We're talking about real studies, not internet rumors. These are simple, powerful ingredients that can make a profound difference. First up, let's talk about cinnamon. And I'm not talking about dumping half a container in there. All you need is a quarter to a half teaspoon to start unlocking its incredible benefits. But here's the most important thing you need to know. Not all cinnamon is created equal. The typical cinnamon you find in most grocery store shakers is called cassia cinnamon. It's fine in small amounts, but for daily use, you want to find Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon. Why? The cassia variety contains higher levels of a compound called coumarin, which, in consistent, daily doses, can be tough on your liver. Ceylon cinnamon has only trace amounts, making it the safer and superior choice for a daily health ritual. It's a small detail that makes a big difference. So, why is this simple spice so powerful? It comes down to 2 main functions. First, cinnamon is one of nature's most effective blood sugar regulators. This is huge for men's performance. When your blood sugar spikes and crashes all day, it causes a destructive process called glycation. Think of it like this. Excess sugar in your bloodstream acts like sticky, corrosive syrup, or even sandpaper, scraping up and damaging the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. The vessels that are most vulnerable are the smallest ones, and the ones responsible for feeding blood to your penis are some of the tiniest and most delicate in your entire body. By keeping your blood sugar levels stable, cinnamon helps protect these crucial vessels from damage, keeping the pathways clear for strong blood flow. Second, cinnamon has a direct impact on that blood flow. It contains a powerful compound called cinnamaldehyde, which has a warming effect on the body. This isn't just a feeling, it's a physiological process called vasodilation, which means it helps relax and widen your blood vessels. How does it do this? It helps your body produce more nitric oxide. If that sounds familiar, it should. Nitric oxide is the master molecule for erections. It's the very same signaling molecule that drugs like Viagra work on to open up blood vessels and allow blood to rush in. Cinnamon helps your body do this naturally. So, by adding a little cinnamon to your coffee, you're not just adding flavor. You're smoothing out the energy spike from the caffeine, preventing the mid-morning crash, and you're actively supporting the two most critical systems for rock-solid performance: blood sugar stability and nitric oxide production. Next up, we have cocoa powder. And I need to be crystal clear here. I am not talking about the sugary hot chocolate mix you drank as a kid. I'm talking about real, unsweetened, dark cocoa powder. The kind that's so rich it's almost black. Just 1 teaspoon stirred into your coffee is all it takes. So, what makes this stuff so special? It's loaded with powerful antioxidants called flavonoids, specifically two called epicatechin and catechin. These are the same compounds that make dark chocolate healthy, but here, you get all the benefits without the sugar and calories. These flavonoids do something absolutely critical for performance. They send a direct signal to the lining of your blood vessels to produce more nitric oxide. Remember how we said nitric oxide is the master switch for erections? Cocoa is like a supercharger for that switch. The effect is so powerful that studies have shown it can dramatically improve what's called flow-mediated dilation, which is just a doctor's way of saying how well your arteries can open up and let blood flow through. One landmark study from the Journal of Hypertension found that men who consumed cocoa daily had blood flow improvements comparable to some prescription medications, but without any of the side effects. We're talking about a 30% improvement in how well their blood vessels could dilate. That is a game changer. But cocoa doesn't just work on your plumbing, it works on your brain too. It contains unique compounds called anandamides, which are often called the bliss molecule. It's the same chemical your body produces when you fall in love, giving you that feeling of well-being and contentment. It also has phenylethylamine, a natural mood booster that acts like a mild antidepressant. And let's be honest, half of performance is mental. When you feel good, confident, and relaxed, your body follows. And as if that weren't enough, cocoa is also one of the richest natural sources of magnesium. This is a mineral that is absolutely crucial for both testosterone production and healthy muscle function, and it's something that the vast majority of men are deficient in. Getting enough magnesium is like making sure your body's hormone factory has all the raw materials it needs to run at full capacity. So, with a single teaspoon of cocoa powder, you're boosting nitric oxide for better blood flow, you're elevating your mood and confidence, and you're supplying your body with the essential magnesium it needs for hormone production. Plus, it turns your coffee into a rich, delicious mocha without the sugar bomb from the coffee shop. Now, as you can see, simple ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen can make a huge difference in your blood flow and energy. But these methods work by supporting your body over time. What if you could take this to a whole new level? What if there was a bizarrely simple, 7-second home remedy that addresses the real, underlying scientific cause of male performance problems, something that doesn't just support your body, but actively works to reverse the damage? I recently came across a fascinating video presentation from a biomedical engineer that explains this exact method. It's a completely natural approach that's helping thousands of men get hard as steel on command again, without pills or injections. I was so impressed that I had to share it with you. Go ahead and point your phone's camera at the QR code on your screen right now to watch his eye-opening presentation. Don't worry, I'll wait. Just open your camera and point it at the screen. If you're on your phone, don't worry, I'll also leave a link pinned in the very first comment right below this video. You can click that after we're done here. Okay, now that you've got that open in another tab to watch later, let's get back to our list and talk about our next powerful ingredient, which is known as the hormonal harmonizer. Now for our third ingredient, maca powder. This one is fascinating. It's a root vegetable that grows high up in the Andes Mountains of Peru, at altitudes of over 14,000 feet, in harsh conditions where almost nothing else can survive. For thousands of years, it's been known down there as a natural Viagra, a powerful booster of stamina and virility. But it doesn't work like Viagra at all. Maca is what's known as an adaptogen. It's a very special class of plant that doesn't add external hormones to your body. Instead, it works by helping your body adapt to physical and mental stress and maintain balance. It seems to work directly on the hypothalamus and pituitary gland, which are the master controllers of your entire hormone system. Think of them as the command center for your testosterone production. Maca doesn't force the factory to work overtime. It just gives the managers in the command center the tools they need to run the entire operation more efficiently. This is why its effects are so profound and sustainable. Instead of a temporary, artificial boost, maca helps your body produce more of its own hormones naturally, restoring balance over time. Clinical studies have backed this up for years. A 2009 study showed that men taking just 2.4 grams a day, about a teaspoon, for 12 weeks reported significant improvements in sexual desire and performance. Another study found it improved both sperm production and motility. It's important to know that there are different types of maca, typically identified by their color: yellow, red, and black. While they're all beneficial, they have slightly different specialties. Yellow maca is the most common and is great for overall balance and daily energy. Red maca is believed to be particularly beneficial for prostate health. And black maca is often considered the best for boosting stamina and energy. I usually recommend starting with yellow maca to see how your body responds. The taste is unique. It's slightly nutty, almost like butterscotch. Some guys love it right away, while others need a little time to get used to it. The best part about maca is that it's not just about erections. Men who take it consistently report better workouts, clearer thinking, and just feeling more like themselves again. It's a holistic improvement, helping to bring your entire system back online, the way it was meant to function. Okay, let's round out our performance coffee with the final two ingredients. Think of one as the premium fuel and the other as the fire. Let's start with the fuel: coconut oil, or even better, MCT oil. Now, putting oil in your coffee might sound weird, but hear me out. When you blend a teaspoon of coconut oil into your hot coffee, it doesn't just sit on top. It emulsifies, creating this incredibly creamy, rich, almost latte-like drink that keeps you feeling full and energized for hours. No mid-morning crash, no hunger pangs, and no desperate reach for the office donuts at 10 a.m. But here's the science part. Your body needs healthy fats to produce hormones. Testosterone is literally made from cholesterol and fats, but we're talking about good fats, not the processed trans fat garbage. If you've been on a low-fat diet for years thinking it was healthy, you might have been unintentionally starving your body of the essential raw materials it needs for hormone production. Coconut oil is packed with a special type of fat called medium-chain triglycerides, or MCTs. Unlike other fats that have to go through a long, complex digestive process, MCTs are sent straight to your liver, where they are immediately converted into clean energy for your body and your brain. It's like a direct fuel injection of sustained power. This process also slows down the absorption of the caffeine, so instead of that jarring spike and crash, you get a smooth, steady release of energy that can last for hours. Studies have even shown that men consuming MCTs had 20% higher testosterone levels than those consuming other fats, and they also showed improved thyroid function, which is critical for metabolism and overall energy. Now for the fire: ginger. We're talking about a small, thin slice of fresh, grated ginger, or about a quarter teaspoon of ginger powder. This stuff is like rocket fuel for your circulation. It contains potent compounds called gingerols and shogales, which are powerful anti-inflammatories. They work to open up your blood vessels, reduce systemic inflammation, and get your blood moving. But here's something you probably haven't heard. Studies show that ginger can actually increase testosterone levels by protecting your testicles from oxidative stress. Now, I know that sounds strange, but think about it. Your testicles are constantly under attack from heat, pressure from tight clothing, and the oxidative stress that comes from just living life. The temperature down there needs to be a few degrees cooler than the rest of your body for optimal function. When they get too hot or stressed, testosterone production drops. The powerful antioxidants in ginger help shield them from this damage, keeping your hormone factories functioning at their best. A 2012 study showed a 17.7% increase in testosterone after just 3 months of daily ginger supplementation. Another found it significantly improved sperm count and motility by boosting luteinizing hormone, which is the hormone that signals your testicles to produce more testosterone. In your coffee, ginger adds a warm, spicy kick. It's not overwhelming, just enough to wake up your entire system in a way that feels invigorating. It's the difference between a gentle alarm clock and a fire alarm. It gets you going, but without the shock. Now, you're probably thinking, am I supposed to turn my kitchen into a chemistry lab every morning? Absolutely not. In fact, loading your coffee with all 5 of these ingredients on day 1 is probably going to give you some digestive issues and turn you off the whole thing. The key is to start small and be consistent. Don't expect miracles overnight. Your body has been running one way for decades. It needs time to adjust and respond to these new, powerful inputs. Give it at least a month before you decide if something is working for you or not. Here's what I want you to do. This is your 30-day action plan. For the first week, just pick one ingredient. I'd suggest starting with cinnamon because it's easy and most people enjoy the taste. Add a 1/4 teaspoon to your coffee every morning for a week. That's it. Just notice how you feel. For week 2, if you're feeling good, add the cocoa. Now you're doing 1 teaspoon of cocoa along with your 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon every morning. For week 3, let's bring in the maca. Try adding a teaspoon of maca powder just a few times this week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday along with the other 2. And for week 4, it's time to experiment. Try adding either the coconut oil or the ginger on a few days and see which one you prefer. And for those days when you really want to go for it, here's my weekend power coffee recipe. Brew your regular coffee. Pour it into a blender with 1 teaspoon of coconut oil, a 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, and a small piece of fresh ginger. Blend it for 30 seconds, and you'll have a creamy, frothy, incredibly powerful drink that tastes better than anything you'll get at a fancy coffee house, and it's actually doing something incredible for your body. Gentlemen, you don't have to accept decline as normal. Your morning coffee can be so much more than just a wake-up call. It can be a daily dose of natural support for everything that matters to you as a man. These aren't exotic, expensive ingredients. You can get them at any grocery store. They don't taste bad. And they're backed by both modern science and thousands of years of traditional use. So tomorrow morning, when you're making your coffee, remember this conversation. Remember that you have the power to upgrade your day with just a simple addition to your cup. Your body is still capable of amazing things. Sometimes it just needs the right fuel. Drop a comment and let me know what you currently put in your coffee. I'm curious what you guys are already doing. And if you try any of these, come back and tell me how it went. Your experience might just help another guy take that first step. If this helped you out, hit subscribe for more real talk about men's health after 50. No judgment, no embarrassment, just practical stuff that actually works. And share this with a buddy who might benefit. Sometimes the best thing you can do for a friend is give them information that could change their life. Until next time, stay strong, gentlemen.